Welcome back to Morning Joe. Many Americans who already are vaccinated against the coronavirus may start receiving booster shots as soon as this fall. That is according to the CEOs of both Pfizer and Moderna, who told Axios yesterday people who are at highest risk from COVID-19, like healthcare workers and the elderly, could require a third shot in September. But Dr. Anthony Fauci says that is not necessarily the case.
There's been a lot of talk, and I think maybe some misrepresentation that we absolutely will need booster shots at this time. We don't know. We don't know what the durability of protection is. We're following it very closely. We may, at some time, have to get a booster shot, but we don't know when that is, whether that's a year or more than a year. So I think we just better be prepared for it. And that was the point that I was trying to make, is that we need to be prepared by doing tests to determine the level at which you reach when you give that extra third boost of a two-shot regimen. But again, we don't know when that will be.
I've seen some of the headlines today that the Moderna and Pfizer CEOs have said that we're going to get potentially a booster as early as September. And they didn't provide any data. And I myself and colleagues in public health looked at that and said, look, why are they putting that out there? And I say that, Brian, because this is just fodder for the anti-vaxxers, for the few people out there that are putting bad misinformation out in the ether. So I would encourage them, publish the evidence. If that is indeed the case, if the evidence is suggesting that that is the case, provide it so that our government can actually plan ahead. Right now, they're just putting it out there into the ether. And right now, the evidence that exists, Brian, suggests we may not need a booster. So we need hard evidence before we start to speculate.
Our friend Dr. Vin Gupta, who's been treating COVID patients from the beginning of this pandemic, speaking there last night with Brian Williams. As for the push to get people their first doses, more states now offering incentives for residents to get their shots. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan launching a $2 million lottery for vaccinated residents of the state. The cash prize will be divided into dozens of $40,000 rewards, along with a grand prize of $400,000. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced he's launching a Vax and Scratch pilot program next week. Vaccinated residents will be able to play for a cash prize of up to $5 million. Ohio, you'll remember, was the first state to offer a lottery as an incentive for vaccinations. State officials now say vaccine rates there have jumped 28% in the days following the lottery announcement. Turns out, Mika, money talks.
Yes, it does. And school districts nationwide are helping students ages 12 and up get vaccinated as part of the push to have all students back in the classroom this fall.
Beginning this week here in Contra Costa County, high school and middle school campuses will be hosting vaccination clinics starting Tuesday here at Concord High School and at Antioch Middle School. Shots will be available.
Surrounded by track practice, Seattle firefighters on Raider Field gave students the COVID-19 vaccine. It's one of 6 clinics on Monday that took place throughout Seattle public schools.
We saw kids and their parents lining up, the line stretching outside of the door of the gym for the vaccination event here at Carver Middle School. Now, Lake County Schools is hosting vaccination events at 4 different schools in the district this week.
A similar effort in Dallas, where students old enough to get the shot and who had their parents' permission were bused from their school campus to a Dallas County Health Department vaccine hub.
So far, 600,000 of the 17 million eligible children have received their first shot. Joining us now, U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being on this morning. I see that the race is on to get students vaxxed. What are the other considerations to open up schools completely?
Well, vaccinations are a big part of this. We know that over 600,000 students ages 12 to 15 already got their vaccine, so the appetite is there, but also ensuring that we have the support for the students when they come back in terms of making sure the social and emotional well-being of students is being cared for, making sure that ventilation is adequate in the schools, making sure that there's cleaning happening. I really feel confident that we can get all students back in 5 days a week in person in the fall.
I want to ask you more specifically about social emotional well-being and what's being put in place for these kids who've been in isolation for a year. And also, do you expect there to be a large dropout rate, especially in high school?
The social emotional well-being of our students needs to be at the forefront of our minds. Many of our students have been in front of a computer for the last year in terms of how they're accessing learning. But I think more importantly, many of our students have experienced trauma in terms of loss of life or with people that they know or loss of employment. Many things have changed and we have to be prepared to meet them where they are. So the American Rescue Plan funds are being used to get additional staff, social emotional staff, social workers, school counselors. Also engaging our families. So when you ask about dropout or disengagement, we have to double down on our efforts to re-engage families that we might have lost touch with. That means that we're knocking on doors, connecting families in activities where they feel welcome, ensuring that we're utilizing these summer months to re-engage our students, especially our high schoolers, in ways that can get them back on track for graduation and thinking about themselves as future college students as well.
All right. And are you expecting a large number of dropouts? What are you hearing from the field?
I am hearing that in our high school, we are seeing some students that are not as engaged, and over time they've disengaged more. But I'm also hearing great examples of efforts to get those students back. I know in Missouri, they're bringing our high school students in over the summer to assist with our elementary age students by tutoring while getting high school credits and the community service hours. So our districts, our states are working really hard to re-engage the students that we lost. We also know that hybrid contributes to the disengagement. So we're really pushing for all schools to be open full-time every day in the fall.
Secretary Cardona, it's Willie Geist. Good to have you on this morning. Do you think schools should require children to have the COVID vaccine before they return? As you know well, schools require all kinds of vaccines to initiate a new school year. You know, MMR, polio, hepatitis B, all the things that have become part of childhood. Do you think schools ought to require the vaccine so that we know they're safe to open?
You know, I'll leave the medical questions to Dr. Fauci, Dr. Walensky, and their amazing team. What I do know is that when students do take advantage of the vaccine, schools are safer and communities are safer. And as you saw in the first week, more than 600,000 students ages 12 to 15 went. I'm excited tomorrow. I bring my daughter to get her first shot, and my son already has his. So our students deserve an opportunity to get back to how things were before the pandemic in terms of socialization, and the vaccines are really going to help us get there.
Totally agree. My 13-year-old daughter got her first shot this week, and I know every case is different, but she went right back to school after the shot. She went to school the next day and was feeling okay. So we were happy about that. I know you're not a doctor, but obviously there are parents who say, I'm going to get my kid the vaccine, but I'm a little worried about sending the kid into a school where I don't know who else has it and who doesn't. So do you think if you don't want to go as far as requiring it, would you recommend that students get the vaccine before returning to school?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not only do I recommend it, I encourage it. But it's critically important to remember, too, that we've been able to successfully reopen schools from the beginning of the school year because of the mitigation strategies that CDC has recommended. So for those parents who are hesitant, you can still send your children to school. We just have to make sure that we're continuing to follow those mitigation strategies that have proven to work. But not only do I recommend the vaccination for children, I strongly encourage it if it's approved.
Mr. Secretary, I am curious about what you are helping districts with as it relates to the kids that really did drop out for the year. My son is a public high school teacher, and he has told me that he has so many students that just took a walk. And unfortunately, they were not in a family situation where the families were holding them accountable in terms of their distance learning. What are we going to do with these kids? How are we going to integrate them back into their grade level when clearly they have lost a year of learning because they just did not participate?
Right. Well, first of all, thank you to your son for his service. This is the challenge that we have now in front of us as educators and leaders across the country. The American Rescue Plan provided $130 billion for states to make sure that they're prioritizing strategies on those who are impacted most by the pandemic. And that includes students who are now disengaged because of life circumstances. We also have $800 million toward homeless youth to get them re-engaged. So what we want to see are strategies, as I said earlier, home visitation, connection with parents in ways that we haven't done it again. It's our opportunity to reimagine what that means to reconnect students and engage them in learning that they want to be a part of. Again, better course offerings, closer connections. If we use the American Rescue Plan to get additional staff whose job it is to reconnect students and connect families, I feel confident that we're going to get those students back in to programming that was better than it was in March of 2020.
Education Secretary Miguel Cardona, thank you very much for being on the show this morning for this update. And coming up, a class of a different sort, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2021. We'll speak to the head of the hall on the music icons who made the cut this year and those who didn't.